all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco basket. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans begging for service. Folks at Judson Irrigation for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, restoring. Remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage. Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or JudsonIrrigation.com.
Driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's a stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a bucket to a assembled. And don't forget, they are anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-16.
Spring is here and it's time to get those. There's no time for delays if your equipment needs a new part. That's why Acres stocks thousands of premium John Deere parts for all your ag machines, planters, sprayers, and tractors. Acres has what you need now. And with a team of John Deere certified technicians, Acres will diagnose and repair your equipment quickly. Visit acres.com to find your closest location. Our team of parts and service professionals are dedicated to keeping you operating at full capacity. Acres, solutions for every field.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We offer member benefits and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-83615 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Hey, you got any gum?
Yeah, check my backpack.
What's this?
Oh, that's naloxone. It can reverse an opioid overdose. I decided always after my friend almost died. It saved his life.
I'm so sorry. That makes me want to have it with me too.
You totally should. Check the pharmacy. It was actually really easy to get and it's easy to use.
I definitely will. Thanks.
Paid for by the CDC. Sponsored by Nebraska DHH, the Nebraska Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School. Sponsored by the Mercado broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wow. Hey, gang, DP here with the coach and the coach. Kenny Wilhite, Austin Orman on a Thursday. I'm grateful today. I'm just going to say it. Feeling humbled and feeling connected. Appreciate all of y'all. I just want to say that you get nothing but love from me today. I mean that in the truest sense. 424-645-685. Start Heyman text line. Kenny Wilhite and I will take it through. I want to thank the folks, from the Mercado. Austin, let them know about Mercado.
Certified Piedmontese, every type of meat, every type of cut. Looking to get down there. It's grilling season. I got to get out there. I got to get the good stuff, which is why I'm going to go there on my way home sometime.
What did he say? It's time. Get on over to Mercado. Go on over there and get it done. Before we get into the sports talk, I want to say a couple of things about yesterday. First of all, Lincoln, I'm truly impressed by you. I'm impressed by you. There are towns that talk about what they do and who they are. And in those occasions where people step up and show who they really are. And I say, when people show you who they are, pay attention. You hear people talk about being quality towns of quality people. And I say it a lot. Great communities are made of great people. Great people are made from great communities. They are absolutely connected and absolutely required. Over $7 million raised yesterday. And that's before the matching of funds donated yesterday. And I can tell you a big thing of what I found out about 93.7 The Ticket. It's fans, family, and crew. You show up, and you show up loud. The number of donations, and this is a big thing when you talk about the actual number of donations. There are some organizations that ran numbers yesterday. Nobody ran more numbers than Cedars. Nobody ran more numbers than Cedars. But I'll say this. It was the number of donations that tells a greater story. And for our ticket family, and I don't want to call them listeners, the family, that they show up, you did your thing. We felt so loved yesterday. And I felt humbled because I got to walk through Cedars yesterday, and I had a pretty good understanding in the lead up for what Cedars is and who they are and what they do. But when you meet the young people who, at their most pained moment, were blessed and fortunate enough to have the folks from Cedars show up, heal them, help them, love them, and redirect them in their lives. And there are towns that would ignore those people, that portion of their population. Not Lincoln, Nebraska. Lincoln, Nebraska stood up and they created a place where people could go who felt unloved and unwanted. And on their worst day, somebody was there for them. And I thought about it this way, Kenny and Austin. I felt, and you can correct me if I'm out of line. But yesterday, from the mouths of the young people, was the best day that they had had in a long time, because the days that preceded them were so bad that they were unthinkable to most of us, the things that they went through. And then I thought, my worst day wasn't as bad and didn't require as much strength and faith and trust as them on the best day they just had. And Lincoln, you did that to make sure that the next group of people who feel disconnected, unwanted, and unloved know that there is a place for them to go. And I'll fight every tear in my head from coming out at how proud I was to be a part of what was going on and to hear the names and to see the faces of the people who drove up, gave money, made donations. You know, we could roll through. We really should do a roll call that just says thank you to everybody that we know about. But my goodness gracious, I felt better about being here in Lincoln, Nebraska today. I always felt good about it. I feel better today. So thank you to Kenny, to Jay, to the full staff, Austin, Rico, Mark, Harrison for manning the board, Bach, for everybody, Jake for doing the heavy lifting and getting it there, Coach Bush, Sipple for doing what they do, Nick for standing, to show up and do what you did and handle. Oh, by the way, Miss Nebraska is going to show up, handle your business, do your thing. For Rashawn to come down from Omaha, for Kenny doing his thing, for Farley being so absolutely Terrell Farley, right? Like it's just perfect. A belated happy birthday to Chris Raff. To spend that day giving is ultimately what good humans can be defined by, that in a moment that could be about you, you made it about other people. Bravo, AD, for the way that he loves Lincoln. And it's so unique and so true, right? Absolutely. Strick and his presence and having them young ballers see Strick and go, man, dude, my dad talks about you. Like, I know who you are. Right? To Ramel Lloyd Sr., Rock Lloyd, and his son, Ramel Jr., great representation, ambassadors for Nebraska athletics. They showed up. To Stephanie Line, Miss Nebraska, to come and to watch that young lady. You talk about the definition of regal and royal, in her crown and with her sash and in her presence. She sat with those young kids that did not have the same existence as she did and loved on them. She broke bread with them. She sat at the table, didn't judge, didn't care. She simply was being a wonderful Lincolnian for people who needed it. For everybody who showed up, Jeff Sussex, Jeff, God love you, man. Jeff hasn't showed up. Check in hand for all the folks, for Magic, who showed up several times, for Jason, listener Jason, for the whole crew over at Cedars, whether it's Christian, Kalita, James Blue, Jason himself, Ashley, for the whole crew of people. And you wonder why Cedars are Cedars? Those people who show up every day, no matter what kind of day they had, knowing that they are needed and required for these young people of Lincoln who have been just cast aside, to feel like they're normal, that they're human, and that they're loved. Look, man, we get to do this every day. Them folks show up every day. Nobody will ever tell me that they're not angels on earth, because I stood amongst them yesterday and watched people who get up every day to simply love on people who need them. That, by definition, is how I think of Lincoln, Nebraska now. You can't change it. You can't take it away. I know a lot of times we spend time on the negative. Like, we loud about the negative. We pay attention to the car wrecks. But yesterday, an entire city gave to people they don't know. They planted seeds for fruit they ain't never going to enjoy, except they know that they did it, and those people will provide. Bravo to you, Lincoln. That's all I said all that to say. Job well done, Lincoln. Job well done. Couple of things in what we'll talk about over the course of the next 90 minutes or so. First, Thirsty Thursday, Kevin Meyer will come in. He'll bring the tasties. He'll break it down for us. We get to raise a glass and sip and clink them and taste test and let Kevin be Kevin.
Let Strick be Strick.
Right? He can't be nothing else.
He can't be nothing else.
Yeah, he can't be nothing else.
Yeah.
Right? But doing a deep dive, and what I love about being in new cities and new places is that you have deep dive. And I consider myself a Nebraska fan from 1970. But you remember some of it, you don't remember all of it. You can't. And to be respectful of Husker fans, I use other podcasts and other mediums to deep dive and dig into it, and you find out more. So over the course of the 5 o'clock hour, we'll talk about the 110 Nebraska All-Americans. And if you want to talk about a blue blood program, we'll do a deep dive at some point and compare Nebraska's All-America's the numbers, right, versus some other blue blood programs. But 56 of those All-Americans were consensus. And the definition of consensus is that of all the credentialed All-America lists that are accepted by the NCAA and media, half of those have to vote for these Huskers as All-Americans for them to be considered consensus All-Americans. So half, at least half. And then the elite of the elites are unanimous All-Americans, which means that every credentialed All-America list in the country lists these Huskers from 110 to 56 to 20. There are 20. And if you're going to talk about the greatest Nebraska football players ever, you have to start with the 20 unanimous All-Americans. And we'll get to those at that 5 o'clock hour. We'll get to it. I did not mean to go off on a tangent. I just went. My apologies. But I wanted to say thank you, because that is the most important thing we can say each day. But don't go anywhere. Kevin Meyer, Thirsty Thursdays. Let's do it.
You're listening to Old School with DPJ. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans, begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
career, and right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco basket. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brandt.
It's May, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride. Summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Fence.com now to view the stylish maintenance for your home. Protect
and heavy fine print. It's experience half free with no contracts or hidden. That's the Allo promise. Allo Communications provides fiber internet, TV, and phone services with fair and no-nonsense pricing. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, 24/7 local support 365 days a year, and a monthly bill you can count on. Don't settle for gimmicks. Settle for hassle-free with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/hassle-free.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
We'll see a slight chance of scattered thunderstorms by later this afternoon. Otherwise, partly cloudy with a high of around 83. Southeast winds at 15 to 25. Partly cloudy tonight with a low down to around 60. We'll see a little more sunshine as we get into our Friday and warm up just a tad more with a high of 86. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Why wait until Friday to start your weekend?
Go ahead, start right now.
You're thirsty now, and 93.7 The Ticket is here to help you stock up.
Just in time for the weekend when I like to hit the clubs.
Time to broaden your horizons and try some new wine and beer. It's Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer from Meyer's Cork and Bottle.
Oh, there he is.
Strict. That got him pumped. Look at it.
Kevin Meyer, Myers Cork and Bottle. Welcome in.
He gets that leg kicking, like when you scratch your dog in the right spot on the neck, and it get that Strict
This
gets
is what
excited.
it is. This is what it is, Kevin. It's pop, pop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. Yeah.
But not
Thursday,
Alka-Seltzer, though.
No,
but it's
Thursday, Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thursday starts the weekend.
I'm
right?
ready.
Look at it. He over there tapping his. He got the toe tap
Still
going.
going, still
He got
going.
the toe tap
I'm
going. He
ready.
ready.
Now
rhythm shooter, rhythm drinker.
it's a marathon, not a sprint.
No, Strick. It's
He's got that. He's got that
you
Tevin
gotta do
Campbell.
the
I'm
pump
ready.
fake. Pump fake.
no. He always pump fakes me. That's why he never gets around the table till.
I see. Yeah, his arms get a lot shorter once I pass the glass into.
Wingspan. Go. What's your
That
what's
wingspan,
your
yes.
wingspan, Strick?
Not very good.
6'5"?
Not very good.
6'4"?
I don't even. We didn't even.
Strick,
I didn't
you
go to the
remember?
combine.
You
I didn't go
remember?
to the combine.
Well, it doesn't mean you never had your wingspan measured.
They didn't have to because,
Long
when I sit down and spread out, it was lockdown time, so I didn't need it. They just knew when I sat down, it was like Kenny Wilhite on a cornerback,
On the receiver.
on a receiver.
There you go.
Yeah, he was the cornerback.
Yes.
Mhm.
What we got here, Kev? What we got?
Block out.
He gave that man a Heisman. He's just
It's
damn.
all fun and games till something gets spilled on the board, and then DP's going to come here and start bashing skulls.
What are we starting with?
We're starting with White Elm's PMA. PMA stands for positive mental attitude, and that's what I like to bring to the table is a positive mental attitude. And it is a pale ale, and basically what differentiates a pale ale from an IPA is about the amount of bitterness. So it's made very similarly to an IPA, but they're just not hopping it up as much. And so it's kind of golden in color. It's going to be a little bit hoppy, or at least to you might taste a lot hoppy. But we said last week, Austin, we're taking the training wheels off. So we're taking the training wheels off.
Is my helmet still on?
Yep. Hey, you might have some knee pads.
Okay. Good enough
It's a
for me.
toast to Kenny because Kenny.
This is the last show with Kenny, and we got him
I got
a
my
nice
Coke.
cold
My man
Coca-Cola.
took care of me again.
Kenny, just one sip.
No, sir. I don't fall for the
The banana tailpipe.
peer pressure. I don't give in to peer pressure. I'm good, bro. I appreciate
Just
you.
one
Though.
sip.
Nope.
I do have to say it's been a pleasure, Kenny, and it's not goodbye.
We're gonna miss you, Kenny.
I'm gonna miss you guys.
It's see you later, and we'll see you later.
Dang, I didn't get to go see you on Thursday no more.
No, but I'm gonna listen in.
My man.
I may call in
No,
too.
we really do, man. We really do wish him to have a successful
Best of
run.
success to you.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
and
Appreciate
your
it.
team and your family and your new role in life, and I'm super excited for you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Kevin, it is very hoppy.
It is very hoppy.
It gives you a little hop.
It gives you a
your step.
little pop in the on the tongue.
Yeah.
So is it?
He had me worried. I'm not gonna lie. He
Yeah.
said I probably wasn't gonna like it. Wasn't gonna be that high up, but it's good.
It's not bad.
Nice.
It's
It's
just
good,
very,
yeah.
It's very spicy.
It's spicy, got a little citrusiness to it, a little
Yeah.
bitterness to
Yeah.
it. But even it also has a little bit of sweetness to it. I'm almost
Mhm.
kind of getting like a little apricot type of flavor in there.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
Just a touch. But it's what's interesting is I don't know how many different types of hops there are, but there is literally thousands. And they hybridize them, and what gives the hop or allows the hop to give the beer flavor, I guess I should word it, is something called lupulin glands. And if you
Yeah, Google that, please.
No, I'm writing it down so I can study for the next time Kevin says lupulin.
lupulin.
Don't even try to say it.
L-U-L-I-N.
Lupulin.
Lupulin.
And basically the flower of the hop looks like a small pine cone. And when you break it open, it has these little yellow sticky beads on the inside. And those
So
are
it's like sap.
It's not sap.
More
it's,
like pollen.
It kind of
Ish?
more like pollenish.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but it's
Too smart,
and they're little sticky yellow polleny beads, and that's what gives the beer its flavor. And so, depending on the type of hop,
What do they drop it in there?
yeah, well, actually, what they do, they grind them up and pelletize them, and then they add
Peloton
them
it.
in.
Bruh, this dude here.
Have you ever seen? I mean, you've seen pellets like rabbit pellets. You know, that's what they
That's
look
not a
like.
good look.
It's not a good look, but
I know what you mean.
And so they add those at the end of the boil, and that's what's called dry hopping.
So because of the boil off, the pellets dissolve into it.
That's
that
correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're dissolved in
I'm
there,
smart
and then
too.
they add some fermentable sugars too, and aid to the increase in the alcohol content, and but also give it that citrusy bitterness. Now, if you do it at the end, a lot of those the lupulin glands are left intact in the beer versus if you started in the beginning, they sort of get fermented off. So
Burned off.
Yeah, because essentially fermentation is yeast consuming sugar, and there are two byproducts of that. It's carbon dioxide and alcohol. And so if the yeast is allowed to ferment those fermentable sugars in the hops at the beginning, then a lot of that stuff gets burned off. So that's why they do it at the end, so that the beer retains its hoppy flavor.
Explain the boiling for beer for those who might not know.
Well, so you start with what's called a wort, and essentially those are your boiled down grains.
Wort?
Wort, yeah.
Wort. W-E-R-T?
W-O-R-T. And basically, when you take your grains and boil them down, it ends up looking like almost kind of like molasses. It's really thick. And then they add water to it and boil it off. Yeah, like
that's THICK strick.
Yeah, thick like strick.
After the hops.
It's because of the hops.
Yeah.
How much hops do you still got?
None.
Yes,
Zero.
Me neither.
Empty.
Me neither.
Me either.
It's
zero.
It's a shame.
I got net. I got net hops.
You got net hops. At one time, I could dunk a women's basketball, but that was as good as I got.
Yeah. I got a quick story.
Yeah.
I told you. I haven't told you, but they used to ask me, well, did you dunk a lot in the NBA? And I said, Kevin, dunking is worth 2 points. Now, when I was here in Nebraska, Kenny Will had to tell you, I'd go up and put somebody in the rim.
I watched you play.
Okay. But when I got in the league, you had to chase Allen Iverson one night. You had to chase Reggie Miller the next night. You had to chase, who else? Stephon Marbury. You had to chase Michael Jordan. You had to. So I said, dunking is 2 points.
So's a layup.
So's a layup, my man. Let me just lay this thing up and run on down court and just get ready for the next one. There's too much energy you expend. So that's why I need my hops.
That's right.
Okay.
Ooh. If you can't have them, you got to drink them.
Yes. What I see, you good filler. You felt me. Okay, we go.
Let's move on to the wine. This is a Cabernet called Seamless, and it's brand new to the store. Just came in today. These go on the shelf for about $28. And this is North Coast designated, which basically the North Coast is
Canada North Coast.
Nope. Northern coast of California. Okay. It includes Napa, Sonoma, and then Southern Lake counties as well. So it's sort of the trifecta. And those designated wine producing areas, they're what's called AVAs, or American Viticulture Areas.
Smooth.
And
it's a cab,
and they can overlap. Yeah, this is a Cabernet, and so like as an example, Napa Valley is an AVA, and then there are sub AVAs within Napa Valley, like Howell Mountain, like Oakville, Yountville, and so they can overlap each other, and they can get very, very specific. And generally speaking, in wine, you can judge a fair amount of I guess craftsmanship and artisanship, the better you can pinpoint exactly where the grapes are grown down to a single vineyard. Now, there's something to be said from being able to source from a variety of areas and blend them together, because the wine is more economical to make that way. So it all depends on the economy of scale as well. But I'm a big Cabernet guy. My Twitter handle used to be Big Cab Guy until the Russians stole it. And then
what?
I got hacked by some Russian Autobot. Yes, yeah. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you.
Oh. You got a burner cap?
No, I don't have a burner. I only respond to other people's tweets. I might retweet something, but I don't really do any original content.
That's messed up. They stole your joint, bro.
Yeah, they did, and so I had to change it to Big Grill Guy instead.
Big Grill Guy.
Big
Love
Grill
it.
Guy. That's me.
Love it. This is good though. It's smooth, and you can tell it hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like drinking Velvet.
Drinking what?
It's a great way
Velvet.
to describe it. I love that.
You know what Velvet feels like on your hands? When
Yeah,
you touch it,
but
that's what it feels like in your mouth.
Who sung that song? Feels like velvet.
That's not a song, bro. That
It is a song.
It's an Eric Strickland.
It is a song
it's
in
an
the
original.
80s. It is a song.
The Stricky.
Solder Heyman text line. You know what to do. 402-464-5685. Something like velvet.
I still think this is an East Stricky team.
straight. This one of them nights where you were
Something
tripping.
like velvet.
you know where I'm going with that? One of them nights.
Sin religion and bring it to your knees. Feels like
Black Velvet.
Black Velvet. I knew it was something.
Yeah, Black Velvet.
Talk to me, man. Y'all talking to me like I'm crazy. I ain't
Well,
crazy.
it's not velvet. It's black, velvet.
Well, same thing. It's just Black Velvet.
In a Little Boy's Smile, I think.
Yeah, Black Velvet right here.
That wasn't Pat Benatar. That was
it was
Joan Jett.
No. I hate myself for loving. That's Joan Jett.
That's Joan Jett.
Okay.
Black Velvet was Alana Myers.
Okay.
Or Miles.
Man, y'all
Alana Miles.
Y'all be talking to Stricky
I
like
know the
don't-
song,
I
but
be
you
yelling.
said velvet. It's
See
black
what I think
velvet.
of it. I think of Coming to America. It's like, oh, this is nice. What is that? Velvet?
Woo, my boy. Listen to him. Give me some of that. Give me some. You heard him? Wow.
Yeah, that's a classic.
That's a classic.
You can never go wrong with
So 4, 6, 12. What is it going for?
So the White Elm PMA is, I believe they go for about $3 a can, or you can buy them in a 4-pack. They're 16-ounce cans, and the Seamless North Coast Cabernet is $27, and both are brand new to the store. The PMA comes out every year or every other year, and but the Seamless is brand new to the store, so I thought I'd bring them in. to
The
share with
Seamless
you guys.
is?
Yes.
If you have one around Eric Strickland, it magically disappears.
It does.
Even if you're planning on finishing it later.
That's why they call it Seamless.
Well, that's not what he's drinking. He's drinking the PMA.
Still got my hands on this.
He's
The wine, I thought was going to be a little drier than it was. I like that's a little more on the sweet side.
It's
from what I
got some nice
anticipated.
fruit to it, without, and I think the biggest thing is that the mouthfeel is so soft, and so it
Like
doesn't
velvet.
overwhelm you with the with the bitterness or anything like that.
So is this something you drink
Love it.
when you're grilling, or is this something you drink
Good question. Good,
hot
good
day
question.
or chilling on the patio? Just
Yeah, chilling on the patio, like
This ain't for the honeys?
with a meal, and then and then after the meal. too.
This ain't for the honeys.
Oh, this is for the
You
honeys.
need
But,
rose. It's rose or black.
Rosé or
seamless,
Cabernet?
man.
Which one?
Seamless.
Is seamless or a rose best for the honeys?
Well, it all depends on what your honey likes. So you got to find that out ahead of time, and then it looks like you put some thought in. So that's what I've learned in my 52 years, some odd years on this earth is women want your time more than anything else, and if they can't have it physically, they want it mentally. So if you put the
can
time
hear
in
them,
to
not listen to them, if you can hear them.
No, you listen. Hearing is one thing, but listening is you heard it, then you act on it.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I thought it was different.
He just got you.
He got me.
Yeah, he did.
Good.
He's good.
He's
sharp.
I like Kevin.
Which is easier to throw seamless, a baseball or a football?
I would say it's probably easier to throw a baseball seamless. I mean, if you
But
like
some
without
people
touching
turn
the
it
seam.
back. Some people throw the football without the seams.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But a baseball's not going to move without seam.
Yeah. It's
Oh, I thought you meant like
fastball.
throw it without touching the seams.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to use a seamless baseball or a seamless football in a game, which is easier?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think either one, because I think they need that in order to maintain their aerodynamics. So
That's what I'm saying too.
it's kind of like
width.
trying to hit a golf ball without the dimples.
Good comeback. He's on fire.
He's
today.
on fire today.
He's
Whether
fire.
a golf ball has dimples or not, I'm not hitting it, so it doesn't make me much of a difference.
Pause.
I'm with him.
Pause.
Well, you can hit a blue piece of chalk pretty good.
Thank you.
You can shoot a jumper very good in your mind.
Oh, you ain't seen me. Can we get that basketball hoop up?
Oh, how
We're having a real shootout.
My jumper's wet.
Join
It's
the
still
club.
wet? It's
Join the
still wet?
club.
Oh, you heard him.
Oh, I like
That's
that.
why they call him the shooting coach.
Bach says he's got Austin covered.
I think we.
Where will you put your money?
We
Kevin?
need. I'm gonna go with the 9-year NBA vet. I mean, no offense, Austin, but I'm just gonna play the odds there.
Your money. I'm
going with Larry Bird.
That's what I'll.
My man.
I won't shoot for the time until I see the gen. Still, I'll shoot him.
Say that.
Here's
one more
what we
time.
need to do. We need to have
I won't touch a ball for months.
Okay,
and still
Anthony
I'll
Davis.
shoot.
Once
Okay,
the new
Anthony Davis.
studio is up and we get the hoop up, we're gonna have a ticket game of hoops.
Bet.
And it'll be, but we'll just
It's standstill hoops. 'cause I
yeah,
ain't
no, it'll be like horse. We'll just play.
That's why it's hoops, not hops.
Ticket game of horse. How's that?
I like
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Cool. Kevin, appreciate it as always. Thanks for coming in.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you,
guys.
buddy.
Great stuff,
Hey.
Kevin.
That's Thirsty Thursday. We'll continue old school on the other side.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
The days of internet contracts and heavy fine print are over. It's time to experience hassle-free service with no contracts or hidden fees. That's the Allo promise. Allo Communications provides fiber internet, TV, and phone services with fair and no-nonsense pricing. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, 24/7 local support 365 days a year, and a monthly bill you can count on. Don't settle for gimmicks. Settle for hassle-free with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/hassle-free.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today. Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this summer. Check out their new Keen and Tiva brand sandals for hiking and Olukai sandals for sitting by the pool. Plus, they're stocked up on Hey Dudes to catch you up on the latest shoe fashion. They also have shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Atrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66 and Q in Lincoln.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carry out, or schedule catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Attention all Wings fans! 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash the fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for fireworks Fridays, souvenir Saturdays, Sunday family fun days, and more. With 50 home games, even weekdays can be unforgettable. Planning an event? Make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. Call 402-474-2255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Copple Chevrolet GMC, and we are celebrating a record sales month in April, and we're going to let it roll and crank up in the month of May. We have some big discounts and special interest rates going on this month on selected new in-stock Sierras and Silverados. Buy a new Silverado or Sierra, get $3,000 off or 1.9% interest. You heard right, $3,000 off or 1.9% interest. We have outstanding specials on all of our new and pre-owned GM certified units. So stop on in and see us or check us out online at copplecars.com. You'll be glad you did. New discount must trade in and finance with the roof credit.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're about an hour away from first pitch, Omaha, weather permitting. Huskers.
I think it's past though. I think it's gone.
I'm taking weatherman Will Height's recommendation.
I think they'll get it in.
Yeah.
I think they'll get it in.
Yeah, Kenny said so they got to play. Them
Hey.
the rules. Like, with them the rules. Will Height's weather.
No.
Like,
No, I just think the weather's gone.
Them the rules. They gotta do what they gotta do.
Hustlers gotta get that dub tonight, though.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Because you need a buy.
Well,
you can't, don't put yourself in a situation.
yeah, we would always, and this is a big part of the debate I would have with my coaching staffs, because there's different philosophies of how you approach tournament play, especially when it comes to pitchers. And the varsity head coach that I was originally with, his persona was, I need to save my best pitchers for later in the tournament because I'm going to need them. And I'm like, but what if you're going into the most important game, which is the first game, which could put you into the loser's bracket with not your best weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, yeah, but we should beat them. And then I'm playing the long game, I'm trying to win the whole tournament. I'm like, yeah, but you can't win the whole tournament if you don't win the first one. And so we would have this debate. And then when I went to Texas, the coach was the total opposite, because he said, I need to win today. I need to win today. I can't worry about tomorrow.
Tomorrow's ain't promised.
Right?
Tomorrow's not
I need to win today. And then he even broke it down further, which lets me know, okay, this was a do. Because he said, I need 21 outs. So this is high school base. He said, I need 21 outs. And I need to get them as quickly as possible. And I don't need 21 outs to become 47 players. The pitch count goes up with the number of outs in the batter's face, not the outs. So I need to focus on that. And I was like, oh, I can roll with you. He said, yeah, because sometimes you win the game in the third inning rather than the seventh. So if I'm in the most difficult situation I'm going to be in all game, if I got a dude that can get the out, I need to use that dude right there. I'm like, okay.
He's smarter than at least 2/3 of MLB managers.
Well, you got to remember that all the current Major League Baseball management roster was raised on having one dude. 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, there was one dude. There was a dude who was sent out there, and that was your ride or die.
9 years ago, the
Right.
Royals got in trouble in the wild card game because Ned Yost wouldn't go to his bullpen early. He threw a starter in Yordano Ventura out there to give up a 3-run home run to go down 7-3.
Mhm.
They bailed him out, but what were those Royals famous for? 7-8-9 Herrera Davis Holland.
Yeah.
2016, Cleveland changed that formula with Andrew Miller.
Yep. And so coaching staffs have to adapt. And that's the thing I'd love to ask Kenny. We'll take a minute here. Do you have a coaching philosophy that you're going to walk into your new school with, right? The things that you work from. What is the first thing? What's the first? Coaches say keep the first thing first.
Discipline. Accountability. But the first thing is discipline.
And that applies for coaches.
Yes. Yes.
Coach Will Height is in control of all the things he can control.
Yep.
That's why they're going to be successful. It is a constant thing. All right, we're going to go through All-Americans, consensus, unanimous. So segment 1, the All-Americans. And you can tell me whether you know the name, you know anything about the players we're about to, because some of them are names that I've never heard Husker fans talk about. So we're going to go through all 100 in the next segment. Don't go anywhere. Old school, Kenny Will, Austin Norman, Jay Foreman, we think about you, bruh. We'll be right back to the ticket.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It's May, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride. Summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Spring is here and it's time to get those seeds in the ground. There's no time for delays if your equipment needs a new part. That's why Acres stocks thousands of premium John Deere parts for all your ag machines, planters, sprayers, and tractors. Acres has what you need now. And the team of John Deere certified technicians, Acres will diagnose and repair your equipment quickly. Visit acres.com to find your closest location. Our team of parts and service professionals are dedicated to keeping you operating at full capacity. Acres, solutions for every field.
Cedars wants to thank the people of Lincoln and listeners of 93.7 The Ticket for their support throughout the month of May for Give to Lincoln Day. The funds created from donations will be incredibly helpful in the building of Carriage House, an expansion of the emergency center to serve homeless teens who are pregnant and parenting. Cedars could not do this without your help and donations, so thank you for your generosity and support of what Cedars stands for and the concept behind Give to Lincoln Day.
Generation V.
Start summer off right with the Midwest's favorite for Vapor, Delta, and much more during the Generation V summer sale. Starts Memorial Weekend.
Generation V.
Save up to 50% off during the Generation V summer sale. Get a free bottle of Nick salts when you buy a pod system. Get 20% off all Honeyroot Delta products and much more.
Generation V.
Now with 4 Lincoln locations. Stop in Memorial Weekend to take advantage of the Generation V summer sale.
E-cigs contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
The days of internet contracts and heavy fine print are over. It's time to experience hassle-free service with no contracts or hidden fees. That's the Allo promise. Allo Communications provides fiber internet, TV, and phone services with fair and no-nonsense pricing. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, 24/7 local support 365 days a year, and a monthly bill you can count on. Don't settle for gimmicks. Settle for hassle-free with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/hassle-free.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order out, or schedule a catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams. From treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment. 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash the fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for Fireworks Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, Sunday Family Fun Days, and more. With 50 home games, even weekdays can be unforgettable. Planning an event? Make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. Call 402-474-2255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Five o'clock hour here on The Ticket, and we'll have a long night for you. Amon Green is going to be on later. Austin's going to carry us through that. We will give you the premiere of Junior Achievement Hour. They're going to come in from 7 to 8, 6 to 7, I would imagine. It's Harrison breaking it down and going through tonight's NBA playoff game and Husker baseball. He'll have lots to talk about in that hour. Austin Orman, if you would, please let him know about the Mercado.
Every type of meat, every type of cut. Pre-prepared meals for you. Good to grab on the go. And again, it is grilling season. You want the best? You go to the Mercado.
And Casa Bovina, the restaurant upstairs, make sure you give yourself a shot. I know Kenny is fancy, but
it's fancy.
I got a birthday in a month, DP. I'm thinking about it.
But you probably should make the reservation now.
That's why I'm thinking about it.
It's summertime. Yeah, you better make that reservation.
Yeah, 402-464-5685. Start him a text line. Honda Lincoln Hotline. You want to be a part of what we're doing. Of course, we're live on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Twitter. Allo channel 951. So Twitter Live, you can just click the button. It'll take you there. Facebook Live, you can see what's going on. We're a little bit away from Instagram Live. We'll make that work as well. Well, because it's just easy for people to consume on their phone, however they consume. Plus YouTube. So every way that you can consume it, even the old-fashioned, old school in your car, as you drive home from work or from school or whatever it is, we're here with you. Okay. So in having the discussion over and it's been that discussion, that's what happens in the offseason. All-time teams, all-time players. And Nebraska, again, it's the blue blood. So the legacy of it, Kenny, if I asked you the question, is Nebraska a blue blood program? What would your answer be?
Of course.
Yeah.
Without hesitation.
What would your definition of blue blood be?
Winning, tradition, and staying power.
Okay. So I think as people have those discussions, and you can go player by player or team by team, and I measure, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but and I'll take both your words on it. I define is if you're talking about the greatness of a player, that you measure the player by his era and his separation from the norm or from great players in his era. Comparing eras is different. So if the players didn't play in like eras, it's hard to compare them. But you can measure them by how much better they were than the people they played against.
LeBron, Jordan.
Right? That they're different discussions.
Total different era.
Different games, different skill sets required, right? So if you're going to talk about Nebraska football, forget about the era and focus on who the country said is the best player at their position that year. The player that stood out and was so much better than everybody else that they gave him All-American status. And then the difference between consensus All-American means that any one of these teams picked you. Consensus means the majority of them picked you. Unanimous means all of them picked you. And the number dwindles as you go. So 110 All-Americans, 56 consensus All-American, 20 unanimous All-Americans. Now, you can pick from each position, you can pick all of the players who played that position and say, okay, in order to be the best at that position, you have to be one of these people. Simple. Like that to me makes sense. Text line, let me know if I'm wrong, but just to me. Kenny, we agree?
Mm-hmm.
Austin, we agree.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So,
and let's stop talking about stats. Stats doesn't make you better than the next.
Right. Person. Like in the time that you were in, everybody said these are the best players at their position in the country. So the very first Nebraska All-American in football was Vic Halligan in 1914. Halligan, here's the story, Kenny. Born in Omaha, but he graduated from North Platte.
So they moved west.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Played left tackle and fullback. Also was the team's punter. But, right, in his career at Nebraska, during the 3 years he was there, Nebraska was 22-1-1 with 2 undefeated teams, 2 undefeated seasons, both of them winning the old Missouri Valley Conference. Wow. Austin, let them know who was in the Missouri Valley Conference in 1914.
All right, you would have had Central Arkansas, Dallas Baptist, Drury, Eastern Illinois, Hartford, let's see, SMU. You would have also had Washington U in St. Louis, Wichita State, Washburn, Tulsa, St. Louis, Oklahoma A&M, Oklahoma, North Texas State, New Mexico State, list goes on.
Wow. 22. Look, we can talk about great players. How many of the players we're talking about led their Nebraska team to 22-1-1? How many? Not many. It's a short list. It's a short list.
93, 94, 95.
22-1-1. Bruh. The first consensus All-American was Guy Chamberlain. People think it's Ed Weir, but it was Guy Chamberlain in 15. Weir was a 2-time, but he was actually an All-American and then a consensus All-American. George Sauer is on the list of consensus. Sam Francis. So Nebraska.
Number 1 overall pick, Sam Francis.
Right. Nebraska actually was fullback U. And every Husker football fan can grin a little bit because in 1933, fullback All-American, consensus All-American was George Sauer. And then again in 1936 in Sam Francis. So Nebraska was rolling out fullbacks. The first unanimous All-American for Nebraska, 1963, Bob Brown.
Bullet Bob Brown.
Like bad man.
Bad man.
Larry Kramer in 1964. Tackle. So imagine you got Bob Brown and Larry Kramer on the same offensive line. You bad dude.
Nasty.
I am running the other way.
Yeah, you know, like it's there. The third Husker player was Rich Glover in 71, Johnny Rogers in 72, John Dutton, a defensive tackle in 73, Rick Bonnes as a center in 74. Up to 79, Junior Miller is the only Husker tight end to be a unanimous All-America.
That's a name that I would never have come up with.
And we need to talk about him more because Junior Miller was a bad dude.
That's a blind spot for me.
That was a bad dude.
Yep.
Dave Remington was the next 2 All-Americans. Then Irving Fryer, Mike Rozier was a 2-time unanimous. And then the name that won in 1984, there was a center who was a unanimous All-American following Dave Remington. Text line. I've got some cookies for you. I've got some cookies for you. If you tell me who the 19 and don't Google it, don't cheat.
Man,
Don't cheat.
They're on their phone right now.
Don't cheat. Well, but they know they cheated, so that's okay.
Yeah.
To name the 1984 unanimous All-America. And then in 86, Danny Noonan at middle guard. Again, Nebraska was a factory for middle guards. Broderick Thomas, maybe the most underrated of all Husker greats. Will Shields in 92, Trev Alberts in 93, Zach Wiegert in 94, Aaron Taylor 97, and Ndamukong Suh in 2009. Prince, and we got to say the name right, Amukamara. No, he was on this station. He was on the show, and he said, let me do a thing that I should have done a long time ago. The correct pronunciation for his last name, and from his own mouth, was Prince Amukamara.
Not Amukamara.
Right. So all of that time.
Say it again.
Amukamara. He literally did it on the station. We were like,
no, those I've been here since January.
Rico was as a matter of fact, Rico was on the box when he said it.
Okay.
And we all just went, oh. We've been wrong. We've been wrong. Which ain't the first time nor the last. So
no.
Is that on us? Is that on Prince? Is that on Keith?
Everybody.
Can't blame Keith. Get off my man Keith.
I love Keith. Keith is great. Keith is good people. I appreciate
everybody.
Good people.
Everybody's wrong.
Yeah, we all guilty of it.
Everybody wrong. Yeah, you're right. You can't spell it. Yeah, that's right, Brad. That's right, Brad.
Somebody said Dean Steinkooler, but he wasn't a unanimous, was he?
No. Steinkooler never made the. He never made the.
He was never an All-American.
Dean was an All-American, but he was never unanimous.
Yes, that's what I thought. Yeah.
The center in 1984 was Mark Trainowitz. He's from Omaha.
Omaha,
right?
Yeah.
Strick claimed him as a Bellevue West guy.
Right.
That's
Of
what
course he
Strick
did.
said.
Of course he
That's
did.
what Strick
Of
said.
course he did.
That's what Strick said.
Right. And so if you ask, Tommy Frazier was a consensus All-America,
yes.
but he was not a unanimous. Grant Wistrom was a two-time consensus. He was not unanimous. There's some interesting things, right? That Levante David was the last consensus All-America. Prince Amukamara was the last unanimous All-America. Right? Taggy was not yet. See, when you talk about the stretch, he says, so John and Cortland says, Taggy and Tommy had similar records leading the team to 1-loss seasons. But we're talking about 2 undefeated seasons, 2 conference titles before there was like an actual national title, and then 22 1-1. Kenny, do you know your record when you were here? Any idea?
Hold on. 18-6. Well, the 2 years I played. 18-6, I think.
18-6. And if you add the redshirt year.
$27 and 9, maybe.
91 and 92. Officially 18-5-1.
Oh, that's right. We did tie. Tied Colorado. Forgot about that. Block kick.
And then what was the total if you add the next year?
The 90.
If you add 90, you add another 9 wins, another 3 losses, so 27-8-1.
I said 27 and 9. 27-8-1.
All right, Kenny. Here's the taste test, bro. Here we go. 1990, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who was the best player on that team? 1990.
1990?
1990.
Micro.
In 1990, there was an All-American in 1990. Kenny Walker.
Forgot about Kenny Walker.
Kenny
He's
Walker.
the unsung.
Right. You talk about a man beast.
He doesn't get enough credit for what he did.
This is why I like.
He does not get enough credit.
So
for what
what made Kenny so special?
He dominated, and he was an undersized D lineman too. He was an undersized D lineman that dominated the guy across from him, but he was
'89. Who's the best player on that '89 team?
That was the year before I got here.
There was a consensus All-America. Jake Young
Jake,
played
I was
center.
going to say Jake.
Jake Young,
Jake
Doug
Young.
Glazer at
Doug-
offensive
Doug
tackle.
and Jake were.
Yep. And then in '92,
My senior year.
you had a linebacker who was an All-American.
Ed Stewart. Oh, was it Mike Anderson?
Travis Hill.
Oh,
Travis Hill.
rest in peace, brother.
Right?
My bad, Trav.
Right.
But then Will was on that team too.
Uh-huh.
So you had Will and Travis.
Uh-huh. Will was in '92.
He was unanimous.
He was unanimous. Travis was All-American, but not that. And then '93, Trev was the lone All-America, and he was unanimous.
Trev was the lone one in '93.
Who was the second best player on that team? If you had to say.
I want to say Ed Stewart.
Stewart, Stye, Wiegert.
Stewart, Stye, Wiegert was in
the next year. So as you, like I said, as we take the journey down, because if you ask people about, okay, linebacker, Mount Rushmore, Trev would probably be a name that's said.
So here's the thing with that, because you have
Stewart is right,
but so outside backer, inside backer, because Trev was an outside backer, rush in. You know what I mean? Outside linebacker. So yes, Trev, Travis, they all played the same. Broderick. But they were outside linebackers.
The inside linebackers. Who were the inside? Who were the best inside linebackers in Nebraska history? And again, I say that because where would you put Levante?
See, that's it could be inside or outside.
This is why you have. There's so many discussions around, and especially around Lincoln, when you talk to sports people, and they throw out names of like, focus. The people who were the best of the best, no matter where they played, and then comparing them to their era, not to each other. So comparing Levante and Trev would be a mistake.
Yes,
because of styles of play and era. Considering Ed and where he played and how he played, Travis is one that, again, if you're not around, people forget. They forget to talk about you.
Yep.
But here's the number. Ready for this? There are 9 All-American linebackers in Nebraska history, and that's including those rush ends.
That's including the rush ends.
Including the rush ends, there's 9. All right, so let's go through. Levante
I was
David.
going to say Levante.
Carlos Pope. Ed Stewart. Trev. Travis Hill. Broderick. Then there's a drought. There was a drought getting to wow. There was a drought. There's a real drought. Jerry Murtaugh in 1968.
Murt's my guy.
Murt's my guy too.
Right?
1968 Murtaugh, that makes 8.
And that's it. That's the 8. That's
a good list, though.
right? But you have to say, okay, when you talk about great linebackers in Nebraska, there's a bunch, but ain't it the elite? Like there's only 8 of them who got keys to that room.
Yes,
like that's the penthouse, and there's 8 people. There are 9 defensive backs,
8 linebackers, 9 DBs.
How many?
How many D linemen?
Let's go. D linemen, we can start. Let's go. Let's start. And here's the thing about D linemen, because in the early phases of the game, they were just defined as ends, right? Because usually they played both sides of the ball, and they played ends on both sides of the ball. Guy Chamberlain technically is let's see here. Chamberlain, and then there's really none until
Glover, right?
Freeman White,
his son played with me.
Tony Jeter, 1965. Again, another one that when people talk about dude, and then the run on middle guards, Wayne Malin, who was a 2-time All-American at middle guard, and was consensus both years, 66 and 67. Larry Jacobson, put in that he was consensus. Taggart wasn't All-American, but he was in consensus. Rich Glover, of course, to 2 years at middle guard. John Dutton that we talked about. Bob Martin in 1975, not talked about. Mike Foltz in 76. George Andrews in 78. Derry Nelson in 1980. Jimmy Williams in 1981. Danny Noonan in 86. Neil Smith, 87. Kenny Walker in 90. Jarrett Tomich in 95. Grant Wistrom, both of his years.
It's interesting, too, to compare the different...
And Ndamukong Suh is the last.
Yeah, the different styles of defenses guys were playing.
That's what I'm saying. So it's different style of defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you say linebacker. Trev was a linebacker, center linebacker, but he was outside, and he was a rush in.
And Levante was one of two linebackers, and Bo's 4.25.
Yes.
Right. So to say, and again, we do the mentally lazy thing because people, the masses don't know. Like I would have, there's certain names on here that there's certain names that people use the most, and then there are names that aren't spoken on enough. So there's a defensive back in 2000 who was an All-American.
Craver.
And I can tell you, I've never heard anybody talk about Craver. I've never heard a Husker fan.
It's always Ralph and Mike. And
I would even gone Fabian Washington.
And Fabian.
I've never heard a Husker fan talk
when
about.
When he said 2000, I knew it was Craver.
Right? Very few. I mean, to think that so 99, Ralph Brown was the consensus. Mike Brown was an All-American. There's another name that I heard today that I had never. 1986, John McCormick. These are like Bill Lewis at center. That McCormick and Lewis playing side by side. That there was a run from Remington to Lewis at center. Nope, actually, I stand corrected. To Jake Young at center through 1989. So from Remington to 1989, all the All-American centers were Huskers.
Stupid good.
And so then you ask the question, what's the Mount Rushmore of centers at Nebraska? Well, there's 5 from a run before you even get down to Aaron Taylor. Quarterbacks, we know. Okay, this as if you have the list, who do you consider the All-Americans? And there were 7.
Crouch, Frazier,
Taylor,
Hum,
Ferragamo. Who are we missing?
Hold on, you said Taylor. Which Taylor?
Steve.
Okay.
Taggy.
Yeah, Taggy was a 6'1". So Taggy, Ferragamo,
Hum,
Taggy, Ferragamo, Hum, Taylor, Frazier, Crouch.
And the fact, look, I'm just going, the elephant in the room is that there ain't been All-American since 2011. That's where you get into the space where people start to revoke your card membership.
Any position.
Ever. At all.
Since 2011.
Since 2011, there hasn't been a unanimous since 2010.
And you had Prince in 2010, but you also had a specialist.
Yeah, which, there were specialists. And the weird thing is, so Tom Stevens used to talk about called Nebraska Kicker U. Like, and I was like, that's not a thing. Stop it. Like, stop. Like, Thomas, stop it. Like, don't do that. And then he would rattle off the names. But then you'd say, okay, so listen, that Alex Henry in 2010,
yep.
Kyle Larson in 2003. Mm-hmm. There's a gap in kickers.
I got to shout out my guy, Sam Cook, who was taught by my dad at Seward.
But he didn't make the list.
He did not.
Didn't make the list. So Nebraska can't be kicker U if they've only had one place kicker and one punter.
Chris Brown didn't make it.
And 2.
Josh Brown didn't make it.
Josh Brown
Brett Maher didn't make it.
2 punt returners, 2 kick returners. 2 kick returners. Johnny and
what year?
02.
02.
Gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
Like it's just like the depth of it, man. It's pretty amazing. The depth of it is pretty amazing.
There's 3 you could say. I mean, you got DP. If he wouldn't have got hurt,
Right.
he definitely would have been on that list.
Right.
Tyrone Hughes, that played with me, and Corey Dixon both play with me.
That literally was where I was going to go in the next segment, was to ask you and the listeners, of all of those, who's underrated?
Corey Dixon.
Like the people in your space, but we'll go through. We'll take some of those. We'll take them on the text line as well. Pecan Pie asked, what part of the list did Grant Wistrom fall into? Grant Wistrom was a 2-time consensus All-American. He was not a 2-time.
What position?
They list him as defensive end.
That's what he was.
Right. So, but text line, I didn't know that Jarvis Redwine was a consensus All-American. I thought he was All-American. I didn't know he was consensus. But then if you look at the years that Jarvis and I Am Hip had, you got to have another discussion as well. You think about how good that is. We'll stay in the Husker history with Kenny Wilhite, Austin Orman. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket to ticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Generation V.
Start summer off right with the Midwest's favorite for Vapor, Delta, and much more during the Generation V summer sale. Starts Memorial Weekend.
Generation V.
Save up to 50% off during the Generation V summer sale. Get a free bottle of Nick salts when you buy a pod system. Get 20% off all Honey Root Delta products and much more.
Generation V.
Now with 4 Lincoln locations, stop in Memorial Weekend to take advantage of the Generation V summer sale.
E6 contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Cedars wants to thank the people of Lincoln and listeners of 93.7 The Ticket for their support throughout the month of May for Give to Lincoln Day. The funds created from donations will be incredibly helpful in the building of Carriage House, an expansion of the emergency center to serve homeless teens who are pregnant and parenting. Cedars could not do this without your help and donations, so thank you for your generosity and support of what Cedars stands for and the concept behind Give to Lincoln Day.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415 or online at ambitionelectric.com. Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructlincoln.com. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Yes, the captain was ready to transfer. Lester talked me off the ledge and told me, if you quit now, you're going to always be a quitter. Said, so you got to figure out what it's going to take for you to play. You know what it took? Me to talk to Zach Leager, Brendan Stein, Joe Wilt, Rob Zadisca, and Aaron Graham and say, hey, fellas, y'all mind if I work out with y'all? And I couldn't lift the 120s dumbbells. I couldn't lift the 90s at the time. And I said, man, I don't care what it takes. I'm getting ready to get bigger, stronger, faster, so that when we get out there on that football field, these coaches got to play me.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to old school. DP, Coach Will Height, Austin Orman, as we take you through. We thank you folks on the text line for joining in and adding to it. Texas Jeremy asked a question I want to answer because I was telling we were talking about it. It says, DP, are Nebraska high school coaches under the same amount of pressure as we are in Texas? Lose today and you're fired tomorrow. Sometimes I feel like giving Texas baseball coach Augie's post-game rant. Yep. Are they under the same amount of pressure? Nope. Nope. So at the schools that I know, so first of all, Texas pays coaches
a lot of money.
When I say a lot of money for high school,
yes,
a lot of money. 3A coach, head coach for varsity made $128,000 a year. 3A. The JV coach on that team made 38. The freshman coach made 28. I coached 3 sports in Texas. And at the same school. So I coached football, baseball, basketball. I also coached varsity and a lower level. Now, Kenny, most places we know of, you getting one stipend, a small one for all of them.
Yep.
Not in Texas. Nope. Peep this, Kenny. First of all, I got more money in Texas than I got anywhere in the country for coaching. I got 2 big checks in every sport. So I got 6 checks in the coaching year. And then a thing happened. And I may get in trouble for it, but hey, it's the truth, so deal with your truth. At the end of each season, now this is a school where, so first of all, so they only take 50 boys, 50 girls for every grade. So 100 students in each grade. You have to take a test, and they only take the 50 smartest kids. So 50 smartest males, 50 smartest females. They also have to be able to pay $35,000 a year.
Good Lord.
Oh, and that ain't all. They have grandparents weekend.
Who?
Grandparents weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Will the grandparents come on campus? Checks, baby. Checks. checks. Kenny, checks. And I don't mean the kind of checks you write, and we talk about checks. We talk about checks where we're going to name a building after you. Right. We're going to name, this school had a rock center, rock, R-O-C-K, not music, rocks, where they collect. It was a museum of some of the greatest rocks collections in America at a high school in Texas. And
we're talking chunks of minerals, rocks.
Literally. Wow. So peep this. So it's kindergarten to 12th grade. So
rocks, Kenny, rocks.
Right. Kindergarten to 12th grade, $35 a year. And there's an organic farm that the school runs, and the students manage it. Every meal that is prepared at the school is made from things raised on the farm.
Wow.
Nice.
They got it made.
Like, they had their own charter bus. Buses, plural. My bad. I'm coaching, getting the 2 checks in the season. So my first year there, I didn't know what the particulars were. Dude asked me if I wanted to coach. I'm like, yeah, I'll coach. So I want you to run the freshman team. Okay. I don't even know what to pay, but you're an ad hoc teacher at the school. Okay, cool. Didn't know what it was. That's not why I was doing it. But I also need you to be my receivers coach for varsity. Bet. Got you. Doing both. End of season, have the freshman team party at this mansion. Texas mansion. And you roll up, Kenny. And at the end, like for the first, if you've ever coached at a high school, and tell me if I'm wrong, but if you coach at a high school, most places in the country, you get your check 30 days at the end of the season, after the season ends. You don't get it then. You get it at the 30 days after. The head coach rolled up with an envelope, was like, here's your check. The day after the season ended, I didn't know how to process, but I took the check, put it in my pocket. I didn't even look at it. Didn't look at it, went home. It was like, okay. The next night was the varsity. He handed me another check. I was like, what you doing? He goes, no, this is your varsity check. I was like, I know what to tell him. Hey, bro, you gave me a check yesterday. I don't know if you bumped your head, but you gave me a check yesterday. We cool? Like, because I don't want to get in trouble, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, bro, you gave me a check yesterday. He's like, no. You get one for freshmen and one for varsity. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Put it in your pocket. Now, at the freshman party, I got the check from the coach. But you get up and you talk about all your players, right? There were 28 players on my team. So I'm like, okay, so 28 families are there. Dad walks up with an envelope. It's a thick envelope. I don't know what's in it. I don't know. Most schools I've been at, you get like a gift card from the family, right? You get a gift card that they took a collection, they put it on the gift card. Cool. Not in Texas. Here come whap. And I mean, whap. Kenny. I didn't know what to do. And Becky picked me up that night from the party. And I got in the car and I pulled out the first, like the cash on, because I ain't worried about like the check. I'm thinking the check, but I'm thinking the check is small. Like the check is what you normally get. Kenny, it was 10 grand cash, straight cash, homie. And I'm looking at Becky and I'm like, what we done was so we're laughing. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I call all my friends back in Virginia. I'm like, y'all suck. Y'all are terrible. And your job suck. And I'm like, y'all should all move to Texas. Kenny. Now, the next night is the varsity, and I get the envelope. Now, I have immediate recollection. I'm like, wait a minute. if that's what they gave freshmen, these varsity coaches about to get paid. And oh man, like I want to see the look on their faces when they get their envelope. I'm like, yes. except for the team dad stroll up, DP, whack, take it.
Wow. You
Kenny, it happened for every sport.
Bless you.
Football, basketball, baseball.
And when I got there, so the funny thing was when I got there, so this is one of those, again, the 50 smartest kids in the area and the 50 richest. So you had to be both. And the coach tells me, hey, listen, we don't win here, but, we don't win here. That's not why they're here. Right? That's not why they're here. These kids are going to Ivy League. These kids are going to the elite schools. They're here for education. The sports stuff is recreation because it's good for them, but they don't win. And so he said, the freshman team you're going to take over was 9-1 last year.
I don't know about that, bro.
9-1. He said it to me. Look, Becky was there. Becky was there. And he said, listen, they don't win. So I'm like, okay, Becky. I didn't know what to expect, right? I didn't know what to expect. First day, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. These are smart kids. And I'm a firm believer. I'll take intelligence over talent, over skill, over athletic skill. Give me somebody that's teachable, coachable, and I can win. And I saw them the first day, and I was like, oh, why y'all not winning? Like, y'all smart. Now, you don't have 60 kids. We had 28 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny, we were 7-2-1. Year one. That freshman group was the group that then went to 3 straight consecutive state titles. 3 consecutive state championship games. Basketball, the team before I got there won 3 games that year. The year before. Same group. We went 14-5-1. Again. Baseball, your team is terrible, DP. They're terrible. I was out there playing with 8th graders against 9th and 10th graders because there's not that many kids in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to go with what you got. So I got 8th graders and 9th graders playing against 9th and 10th graders. We went 15-5-1. Those players then moved up. Now they're playing at Northwestern, GW, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, and others. So when somebody tells me that a coach can come into a place and not have to win, why are you doing it? Kenny, you just accepted a new job.
I ain't doing it for the money, that's for sure.
Well, but you got to win.
That's why I'm doing it. I ain't. You can hand me an envelope if you tell me, or if the AD or the principal would have told me we don't win here, you're not expected to win. I wouldn't have accepted that job. I would have looked at them both. I was like, yo, I appreciate the opportunity, but I think this is not a place for me because
I got mad at Kenny.
Winning isn't everything, but I'm not. It ain't about the money. It's about, for me, first and foremost, it's about the kids and developing kids and educating kids. But I want to win.
That's all I know.
I want to win.
That's all I know. So, and coming from Virginia, where I just been in state championships, and I had been producing. I was producing. Think about it this way, Kenny. If you were at a school anywhere, and if you can get a kid into the Naval Academy or the Air Force Academy, you've done a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Off the last team in Virginia high school team that I had 7 kids in military academies.
They sharp. They doing
right.
They doing that thing
right. This is why I was mad at Kenny. So when I found out that Kenny was taking the job he was taking, I was like, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, how come you didn't tell me? Because I'd have sent you to Texas where you can make some money. Because you're a better coach than me, and I know you could have gone there. I was like, Kenny, I can make 2 phone calls, bro. You
Man of my word. And again, I'm going to emphasize it. It's never been about money. It's always been about my love, passion for the game. Now, I got to put food on the table. I can't go back to eating beans and cornbread on Monday, Tuesday.
Like we did that
and
already.
government cheese. I can't do that. I got to put food on the table. But it's never been about money. It's always been about the camaraderie, the kids developing young men.
I've never coached for money. I've never coached for money. But let me tell you, but
yeah, the envelope was
right. And Texas Chairman makes a point.
in.
And Texas Chairman makes a further point. He goes, DP, you forgot about the bus stipend. You get more money if you the coach and you drive the bus.
Really?
Oh, and I don't mean you getting union overtime money for driving your team to your own game
in Texas.
And think about this: in Texas, a lot of times you're driving from Houston to San Antonio.
Oh, Lord. You driving that big yellow bus?
No, you're driving a charter.
Man, you don't know how to drive no charter.
My
bus,
kids,
DP.
look, hear me. These cats is in there, Kenny. The buses at this school, we had digital. We had these buses look, we had catered meals on the bus on the way to the game.
Racks on racks on racks. Racks on racks on racks. But I drive too fast. I wouldn't trust myself behind one of those charter buses.
Bro,
anyway.
look, man. Well, behind the bus, because you got all the families in there, Jaguars and BMWs. They were driving on the road, a convoy on the way from Houston to San Antonio.
Jeez.
Bro, listen, it's real tough. We'll throw the break. We'll come back. We'll close that old school.
Jeez.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness to achieve fitness goals and more for the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. It's May, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride. Summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Cedars wants to thank the people of Lincoln and listeners of 93.7 The Ticket for their support throughout the month of May for Give to Lincoln Day. The funds created from donations will be incredibly helpful in the building of Carriage House, an expansion of the emergency center to serve homeless teens who are pregnant and parenting. Cedars could not do this without your help and donations, so thank you for your generosity and support of what Cedars stands for and the concept behind Give to Lincoln Day. Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415 or online at ambitionelectric.com.
If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at 402-440-4371. Solar by Alpine Electric.
There's never been a better time to earn more on your checking account. Open a free Kasasa Cash checking account with Liberty First Credit Union and earn up to 5.5% APY for up to $40,000. It's simple. Open your Kasasa Cash checking account online or stop into any of the 4 Lincoln locations or Seward and Omaha branches. Liberty First makes switching easy, and Kasasa checking is always free. See libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
We'll see a slight chance of scattered thunderstorms by later this afternoon. Otherwise, partly cloudy with a high of around 83. Southeast winds at 15 to 25. Partly cloudy tonight with a low down to around 60. We'll see a little more sunshine as we get into our Friday and warm up just a tad more with a high of 86. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Celtics getting that one tonight?
Let's get it. Come on. It's look. The easy thing would have been, because the Lakers tapped out at 4-0, that the Celtics would tap out. Celtics stand up and say, nope, not so fast. Kenny, do we get to game 6? Does that actually happen?
I'm gonna take a page from the smartest guy in the room's book, and I'm gonna say this: Celtics get it tonight, and he close out in 6. Austin predicted it.
He said it. He said it before.
He
right?
said it before. He said it before the series started. And he said it and told me and Jay that I'm
not before they started. I do have to give myself a little credit.
Yes.
You were asking earlier in the week if the Heat would sweep. I said, no, Boston's got to kick in. I said Heat in 6.
So
I'm not sure I would have accepted that they win, even after watching it, that they would win the last game. And I think for curiosity's sake, they win tonight. But as you said, that game 6 in Miami, too many factors are in play.
They get a second chance to do it at home. You don't let a second chance. You don't get second chances in sports.
No.
That often. You don't let that second chance slip.
Yeah, if they go back to Boston, it's a problem.
If Boston gets it back to Boston for game 7, it's a problem.
Want to know why I feel really good about my Heat and 6 pick too? Strick said the same thing.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Strick said the same thing.
I'm okay. So I'll ask you both: who's the high scorer in the game tonight? Kenny?
You can't go against Tatum, but you said the high score period. I'm gonna step out on a limb and say Brown has a breakout game tonight.
Austin, who's the high scorer tonight?
Caleb Martin.
Ooh, underdog. Wow.
Does Butler lead the Heat?
He just said Caleb Martin.
No. I'm asking you.
Oh.
Does Butler lead the Heat in scoring?
No. I just said I'm going with. Oh, you said
whatever Austin said.
You said that.
You gotta start covering my homework.
Okay. Yes. So that's saying that Martin is not going to lead.
Okay.
So it's Butler for the Heat and Brown. I say Brown have a breakout game tonight.
Do the Huskers beat the Terps tonight?
Tough task, but I can't root against my Huskers.
Austin?
My heart so badly wants to say yes. My brain says they're the underdogs for a reason. My eyes tell me they could have won 2 out of 3 on the road at Maryland. My eyes also tell me they only got 1 out of 3. And all that's true. So I'm going to say they don't get it tonight. They beat Michigan State. They get a second crack at the Terps.
I think they get the Terps the first time because the difference between playing at Maryland, which is a cracker box launching pad, some of those balls die in the windy winds of Omaha. Those balls die. They're fly balls.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that Nebraska is more prepared to play in this condition than Maryland. More comfortable, better crowd. It should be a winnable game, and I would much rather they win tonight than have to face them. If they face them again later on,
it's a wrap.
Have the advantage.
You got to beat them twice either way.
Yep. Get it done.
Get it done tonight.
All right, folks, we'll close it with the 3 words we love so much. Go Big Red. Go Big Red.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Generation V.
Start summer off right with the Midwest's favorite for Vapor, Delta, and much more during the Generation V Summer Sale. Starts Memorial Weekend.
Generation V.
Save up to 50% off during the Generation V Summer Sale. Get a free bottle of Nick salts when you buy a pod system. Get 20% off all Honey Root Delta products and much more.
Generation V.
Now with 4 Lincoln locations, stop in Memorial Weekend to take advantage of the Generation V Summer Sale.
E-cigs contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior. Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
If you're interested in installing solar panels in Nebraska, there's a name you need to know. Solar by Alpine Electric is based out of Lincoln, and you can be sure your project will be handled with care and detail because Rick, the owner of Solar by Alpine Electric, will be involved in the entire process from start to finish. We're an REC Solar Certified Pro installer and handle jobs in Lincoln and the surrounding area. Let us show you real-time results in your area. Call Rick today at